Welcome back, everyone, to episode 24 of the Slap the Ask show. I am your host, Jimmy, with my other host, great friend Luke Knaus. And Luke, I think we have a decent amount of material to talk about today. Nothing too crazy.
You're back with the grandma curtains because you're doing business in New York.
Yeah, week, I'm back on Long Island, living with the parents. It's nice here. I just had a nice home cooked meal, salmon and peppers and rice.
Wow.
Whereas I know
good to be home, right? Rather than in Philly.
It's great. Yeah, maybe my mom will do my laundry too. You know, who knows? I should have brought home more clothing.
Yeah, get some free laundry done.
As I always say, hindsight's 20/20, right?
Right.
Yeah, I should have caught up. Anyway, Luke, just to dive right into it.
We always dive right into it.
Yeah, the financial markets, they never leave you disappointed. There's always news going on.
Yeah.
And I think one of the more notable things that happened over the past 7 days is Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Just grazed under 67,000 on Coinbase. A lot of people are speculating that this is to do with recent inflation numbers that came out, that inflation is still over 5%. And a lot of investors are flooding into the cryptocurrency to hedge against inflation, protect their dollars, and preserve their wealth. I find it funny that magic internet money, that was created 11 years ago, is now considered a safe haven from inflation. Like, what the hell?
I know. Yeah, it's funny because I feel like we were just talking about Bitcoin when it hit $60,000, and that was, what was that, in February? I think it was around 60, and then
it dropped. Like April or something like that.
It was April, and then it dropped to like 30, and now we're all the way back up at 63. I think it's at around right now. But yeah, like you said, it hit 67 last week. I don't know. I got into Bitcoin. You got into Bitcoin around April, March. Well, crypto in general, but for me, I like to stick to the OTC. I like to stick to stocks because I feel like there's something I can actually evaluate in it. But guests like Nizzy Lord, who we had on about 4 episodes ago, seem to like it. So, hey, I mean, the Bitcoin people are proving everyone wrong again. But beyond that, yeah, I guess it's a good hedge against inflation now, and people are willing to pay for it. So I don't know if I would recommend to buy it right now.
Yeah.
All the Bitcoin people are saying it's going to $100,000 again. But then again, every time it goes up, they say it's going to $100,000. So.
Well, it is funny, just the fundamental thought process behind getting into Bitcoin, right? Is the idea that this digital currency that people have just decided is worth something is now considered a safe haven for your dollars, because we, as a society, I guess, are recognize that inflation is here to stay. It's not going away anytime soon. Too many issues with supply chains, prices across all goods, whether it's gasoline or food or even rent going up.
I mean, yeah, I understand the rationale for it and everything, but is Bitcoin even an applicable investment for the average middle-class individual in America at this point? I would say no. I mean, it's $63,000 a coin. If someone's buying Bitcoin, what are they buying? A hundredth? A tenth? Even the biggest investors on FinTwit that we know have maybe like 2 or 3 coins. The majority of the wealth is in a very small group of people. So, I don't know. I still like Ethereum more. I think it's a better bet, but I know the Bitcoin people will get mad at me, so I won't say too much on it. But
well, I think you do bring up a good point, the idea that Bitcoin is controlled by whales. People always are afraid of like the market makers in the stock market and things like that.
Yeah, I was going to say you could say the same thing about the stock market, but yeah.
Well, yeah, like crypto, it's at least in the stock market, like these institutions and entities have to like disclose positions more, whereas whales and Bitcoin, who the hell knows who these people are? They're just random numbers and letters on a digital wallet, which is, I guess, the beauty of Bitcoin, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I it's funny. I feel like I understand and comprehend why people like Bitcoin. The idea that there's a limited supply, right? Whereas if you learn anything about fiat currency, is it's always going up the supply. Right. So that like the fact that there is a boundary, like a bound that's holding the supply at a set level, is appealing to investors, I think. And it's supposed to be a more like tangible form of money, if you want to even say tangible, like gold. The idea that gold, there's a limited supply of gold. Great, you
Right.
can mine it from the ground, but you can't just create it out of thin air with you can
But it
with
gets
fiat.
harder to mine as you mine more and more electricity and all that thing.
You can say the
But
same thing about mining for gold, right? There's the more you pull out of the ground, the less there's in the ground. So who knows? But
yeah, that
it's
makes us.
it's
Yeah. Anyways, it was up a lot, so
yeah. Well,
that's
we'll
good.
just leave it at that.
And inflation is catching up with all of us, so you got to invest your money. Don't hold cash. But anyways, let's move into something else. Let's move into the other hot topic, which is Tesla.
Yeah. So
So
today is Monday, October 25th. Tesla is officially over $1,000 a share. We
just
go back.
crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I saw one stat that since Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan's podcast and smoked weed,
Mhm.
Tesla's up 1,830%.
What was it at during that podcast? Was it like 100 and something? Probably.
Well,
No, less. Was it less?
yeah, I
Had
mean,
to
what's 20x less than 1,000? 50
probably
bucks.
30. Yeah, 50, something like
Basically,
that.
is like the 50s. Granted, that was also pre-split, you know, so the stocks did split last year, so there it is like lower than what it should be. It should be like $5,000 right now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
I mean,
remember. Yeah, go ahead.
as I say, the company Tesla just signed a deal with Hertz Rental Car,
Right.
a former Wall Street Bets favorite when they went bankrupt and the stock was just like bouncing like a yo-yo. But they just signed a deal to buy 100,000 Model 3s from Tesla. And that was
Damn.
enough to force the stock up like 12% today, finished up over $1,000 at close.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, like how many Model 3s does Tesla sell in a year? It's got to
Good
be.
question for the Google.
That's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I guess the stock increase actually makes a lot of sense. Typically, they sell about 25,000.
A year?
So
That's it? Oh,
maybe
shit.
maybe that's in the quarter. Okay. Okay. So a quarter they sell about 70 to like 90,000. That was in
So that's
2019. So I mean, it's basically a quarter's worth of sales. I mean, that's a lot of sales.
from 2019. So
But then you go to the market cap, probably a little overvalued as a $1 trillion company. But
oh, totally. I mean, and again, like the appeal of Tesla, right, is the idea that it's more than just a car company. It's a energy storage company, energy generation company. The idea is that the batteries will be used on people's houses to create and store
right,
electricity.
you're investing in the CEO, the story, all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
remember I
but
bought Tesla at 419. Remember?
yeah,
But it went up to like 800 some. Then I sold in the 600s. But it's one of those things that for OTC traders, which is most of our audience, like fronting, I don't know, even like 10 or 20 shares. I mean, you're spending thousands of dollars for not a ton of upside, even if it does run to $1,000. So
that's the thing about
I
Tesla.
would,
It's an anomaly.
yeah,
It's
but
like an
and
anomaly.
people don't even like to day trade Tesla because it's so volatile. Well, I guess people do like to because it's volatile, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
hard to
very
predict.
liquid. It's very liquid.
Very
I mean,
liquid.
just think about this though. I was talking to my friend Joe and Bill about this today. I would argue you can make a claim, and I would make this claim, that Elon Musk is probably the best CEO of all time, purely for one reason: increasing shareholder value. This company, Tesla, their profit margin is very, very slim. They just recently became profitable. Their revenue is insane. I think their PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio,
Terrible.
which is used to like value a stock, is like near 300 now. Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely insane,
But
bonkers.
the price keeps going up.
But this company is worth over $1,000 a share, $1 trillion market cap. If you bought Tesla at IPO, I think the IPO price was like around $20, and that was like what? Let me get the Google machine out really fast.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago. It was
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, why does a CEO stay a CEO of a company? Because it makes the board members happy, and you ultimately got to make the board members money. And he's done that.
right. Yeah. So Tesla IPO'd June 29th, 2010 at $17 a share. Okay. So let's do the math real fast. $17 a share. Right now, the price is 1,024. That is not including the 5 times split. So if you do 1,024 times 5, you get 5,120. And 11 years ago, it cost you $17. Divide that by 17, you literally 300x your money. 300x in 11 years.
It's insane. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Sorry, YouTube. Apparently, I can't swear.
Don't worry, we're not monetized. We're not big enough. So
True. Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, Tesla, I mean, it's like, what do they say? Don't bet against the house, don't bet against Elon Musk. So
Yeah, some people are just winners. What can you say?
yeah. What other news was there? DWAC, that was a big one this week.
Yeah, the Trump's back. His company is Truth Social. They're doing a reverse merger.
I love how it's called
SPAC.
Truth Social.
I know. Instead of tweeting, you truth. I think it's honestly a dumb name, but it's like on brand for him.
It's a big thing in the news. Did you see the whole Joe Rogan interview with Gupta?
Yeah, Sanjay Gupta from CNN.
Sanjay Gupta, and it was all the, the virus stuff. So now people aren't trusting CNN. So people, I guess there's a demand for this social media, or they're just willing to buy whatever Trump's involved with. One of the two.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, the way I see it, so the company, it's Truth Social. A lot of the creation, like the software code from this company that Trump is like launching, it's from Mastodon, so it's all like open source, so it's pretty easy to like obtain. But I guess to make a Twitter, it's probably not that hard when it comes to like the coding. But anyway, so they're in Q1. That's when the company plans on launching the website to the public where anyone can sign up. But last Wednesday after market hours, this company, True Social, put out a press release that they're doing a reverse merger with the SPAC, DWAC, which I think is like Digital Wireless Acquisition Corporation or something like that. That was at $10 a share. Friday, it peaked at $175 a share. 1,700% increase in 2 days. Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other companies associated with Trump, like Fun, PHUN, Mark, MARK. They all ran. It's just insane the past couple of days with the Trump stocks.
Yeah. You got to be careful with those though, because when those start running, you never know when it's going to crash. So
no, you don't.
Definitely have to be careful with those ones. But I was not in any of them. I know a lot of people on Twitter were getting involved. So hopefully there's no bag holders with those stocks, although I'm sure there are.
I mean, there definitely are, but it's a lesson learned. And who knows? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it could become something big.
Yeah, but not even that. Like, I think at this point, it's just like it is a yo-yo. A SPAC. There's shorts that are probably caught that may need to still cover. It's like a whole discombobulated thing. If you are, I think, a momentum day trader, it's probably a prime target for you to just be in and out of all day. You could probably make so much money. Like someone like Jester, I bet, is like eating this shit up.
Yep.
He's probably a blast.
Yes. So what other things happened this week? I mean, dude, CYBL, if you want to get into the OTC a little bit, has just been on a tear.
Yeah, I would kind of talk about the OTC a little bit. It's just like also this like more holistic approach to the OTC. But I feel like a lot of people speculated that after the September deadline with the SEC delisting or the OTC markets delisting non-current companies, that there would be a lot of like money flowing into the OTC. I don't think it's as dramatic as people had anticipated, the money that's going in. But I think we clearly see there's still runners and still many plays to be played. I think you mentioned CYBL already, 15%. I think just closed at like 4.5 cents on the day. I think that's a thing associated with crypto is looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, nothing on my watch list is going absolutely crazy. I mean, CYBL is probably the top. SDEC, which I've been a fan of, I've been trading a lot, was up like
PMPG, look at that, 110% today.
I know PMPG. Jimmy and I's our old long, which didn't was probably one of my first major losses in the OTC. Basically bottomed out last week. I don't know if people are familiar with PMPG, but it's Premier Products Group, and they had those smart turtles for road sensors and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And they absolutely crashed. I mean, I remember I was trading them around 13 cents. Jimmy was trading them around 10, and they went all the way down to point oh oh something, and then they
Yeah.
bounced up 110% today. So even with your high conviction plays, you still got to be careful. You got to take profits. I mean, damn.
Well, I think also what that
Looking
showed
at the
me,
yearly chart on PMPG is just insane.
I mean, and I think what that showed for me is like I used to like really be into PMPG. I thought it would be like a great company, but I
There's
think it
more than
shows
just the
that you,
product.
yeah, well, not even that. I think it just shows that you can't really marry a stock, right? You have to, if the story changes of the stock, like the company can't even stay current. You got to fucking sell. Clearly, management is horrible at their job. They're
Right.
incapable of running a successful operation. So when the story changes, your position should change as well.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
good point. Hmm.
yeah, so you can't marry. You can date. You can date a bunch of stocks. I love dating stocks. You can't marry. Well, some stocks you can. I mean, clearly, if you marry Tesla, you're made a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
so
that's
yeah,
also different. That's, I mean, not the OTC, but
true. Yeah, there's some you
yeah,
could have this. Yeah, date a lot of stocks, date around, marry few, marry few.
it's a good
That would
rule of thumb.
be, yeah,
It's a good
that would be.
analogy. It's a good analogy, Jimmy.
Thank you. Yeah, that's sort of what I what PNPG has taught me, and the others like Bill Stocks and Sully and Silly and all those other guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, Puge has been doing well. That one's been talked about a lot.
yeah, that was a. I mean, I think it nearly touched 2 cents not too long ago. I think it's down a little bit since,
Yeah, it's
but
like right
people are
above
really high
10
on
right
that one.
now.
I mean, that's a nearly like 800% gainer in the past month. It's been on an absolute tear.
I mean, the volume's insane. I mean, 167 million.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. That people are very confident in the management team there. I'm not exactly sure what the company is doing. I think they released like an 8K or some sort of PR, sort of outlining the plans. I'm not really following it too aggressively. I never held a position, or excuse me, I haven't held a position recently. I actually owned it end of 2020.
Oh
I
yeah.
sold it for like a quick flip. Yeah, I just was like in and out. Clients I should have held. I had like 5 million shares. Could have been like nearly $100,000 at 2 cents. Um, you live and you learn, though.
Yeah, it's like you
Um,
say, hindsight 2020. I mean, they make absolutely no money, but I guess the idea
that's
is
the
there.
OTC.
The idea is there. Um,
That's the OTC for you.
yeah, I mean, Jimmy and I've been pretty busy lately, but we've been trying to keep an eye on these tickers, still trading here and there. Um,
Yeah, life has kind of gotten in the way. It's like not
well,
ready to have to maintain full time employment still. Not
well,
confident in my
Jimmy,
abilities
congrats
yet.
on your second promotion of the year already. It's a pretty big deal. Now you can fully work from home. So now you can trade more, right?
Yeah, just don't tell my boss.
No, I would never do that.
Yeah, but no, exactly. It's yeah, thank you, Luke. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm excited for the job. But yeah, currently obviously have to do that more so. Things have been busy at work, so I want to make sure everything goes smoothly. And Luke, you expanded your portfolio, but not the stock one, the real estate one. You care to talk to us a little bit about your recent developments in
Yeah.
that regard?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had the goal for a while to buy a second property. And as Jimmy knows, and we were even talking to Sherry about this last week a little bit, the real estate market is absolutely insane. So I had a friend who happened to be moving to Los Angeles, and he wanted to sell his house. So I actually ended up getting it below what he bought it for. Pretty nice house in South Philly, and no realtors involved. I was able to get the agreement of sale signed and start working on the mortgage. So put some OTC gains towards that and keep moving on, make some rental income. So
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I think what you said there is great. It's like the idea that trading the OTC allows you to put your money in maybe more tangible assets, more secure
Well, I think at the end of the day, like,
wealth
yeah,
builders.
I mean, when you're investing in OTC, it's like it's very, it's pretty risky, like risking your money. So, like, we always say like take your profits and stuff. But I think when you're able to find a good investment in something else that can kind of pay you on a monthly basis, it's good to take that opportunity and invest. Because, like, for me, like, it sucks to have to put down like, tens of thousands of dollars towards a property or whatever. But now you can sleep a little better at night, right? Because your money's
Mhm.
not swinging, dozens of percentage points on a biweekly basis. So it
Right,
sucks
and
not
you're
to have
getting
the cash.
paid.
Yeah, it sucks not to have the cash because now I can't, trade as sizable positions, but it's like anything, there's pros and cons. You got to know what your goals are.
Well, yeah, and again, like kind of back to our Bitcoin conversations, like this cash that you had was, if it's not invested in like assets, it's losing money. So just moving it from like an account into a house is
Right.
again a way to protect yourself from the inflation that's coming.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, whenever I listen to like any of these like the Kevin O'Learys or like the Grant Cardones or any of those types of people, like cash is not always a good thing to be sitting on, especially in the state of our economy right now. So, you kind of want to invest in a tangible assets or companies that you really believe in that are going to actually make you more money than what inflation is doing. So I think you're doing
mhm.
that, Jimmy, with your high conviction plays, and I'm just doing that in a different way. But in a sense, we still have the same ideology.
Right,
You know,
yeah, exactly. The philosophy is all there. Just what's the word? Like you can. What's this was saying? Like there's many ways to like skin a chicken. Is that the saying?
something like that. Yeah, I thought it was skin a
Or like
cat.
yeah, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
It's kind of
Uh,
a messed up saying.
it is true. Yeah, no.
I guess it
I like
exists.
cats too. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that to a cat, but there's a
No,
lot of ways
chicken.
you could do it.
Yeah, chicken would maybe be a little better, but still not the nicest thing to be doing.
No, yeah, pluck their feathers. That'd be better. I don't know, more humane. Although we eat chickens, they cut off their heads at
Yeah, hopefully they're
McDonald's.
dead first before you do that. But
True. All right. Well, on that note,
yeah,
thanks everyone for tuning in. It's just little updates on our lives and on recent market events.
yeah,
And
nothing crazy. We don't want to bore you guys too much. You know, we're not going to give you advice that we don't have. So just
um,
a good little overview on everything that's going
yeah, I
on
think it's
now.
good chat. I think one thing, Luke, also, if you guys want a certain guest, leave it in the comments. We'll reach out to them.
Yeah,
We want to get some more people on into it, maybe that we don't even interact with, that we don't even know. You
yeah,
know, anyone who has knowledge willing to share. That's
just
all. That's all
anyone.
we care about. Yeah, if you have a
Sherry,
pulse,
I
please
thought, I
reach
thought
out.
Sherry was a great guest last week. That was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
Sherry was awesome. No, Sherry was great. Our first woman guest too, so it was a big deal
Yeah,
for us. Only took
hopefully.
23 episodes to have the other 50% of the population on the show.
Well, I mean, it's true. There's not a lot of female traders.
There's more than there were 5 years ago, I'd say for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, still they're in the minority without a doubt.
Yep. So, well, Jimmy, enjoy your time in New York.
Yeah,
Thanks
I'll
for
be
taking
home
the
soon
time.
enough. Gonna get lit for Halloween. It'll be a good time. Everyone enjoy your Halloween. Hope we don't see it.
Yep.
Very spooky.
Yeah. Happy early Halloween, and thank you for watching.
Take care, everybody. Bye, Luke.
Take care.